is Sophie. I'm from Denmark and I'm class of 15. I currently live in Copenhagen, where I work as a career diplomat at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. I think being back in Hong Kong for the past 3 days has been really incredible. I was kind of not nervous, but excited, looking forward to it, because I haven't been back for 10 years exactly. I think as of, a month ago. And I saw that so many people from our year and the year above were going to show. So of course I was going to go, even though I only had 2 days off. So it was a bit of a weekend trip, traveling from Europe to Hong Kong for a weekend. But it's been absolutely incredible. I honestly thought it was better than I expected, because I thought in the beginning, I was like, you haven't seen a lot of people for 10 years. It's gonna take some time to reconnect. But I think there's something about the community building at UWC that lasts so long that after you do the initial introduction and you in like one sentence or two say what you've been doing for the past 10 years, then you're completely back to where you were 10 years ago. And it's been really nice feeling that sense of community and feeling connected in a way that I think is really hard to find anywhere else. After I finished high school here in Hong Kong in 2015, I moved to France, where I did my undergrad at Sciences Po. And then I went to Columbia in New York and did another undergrad. And then I stayed and worked in New York for a few years until COVID happened. And then I sort of escaped because I wanted to go back to Europe for COVID. And then I worked a bit more, and then a few years later I went for grad school at Oxford. And I think, to be honest, it's all to some extent thanks to UWC. I'm a scholarship student, full scholarship, and I would not have been able to be here without that. And I don't come from a family of academics or people who went to university, so I think it's very much thanks to UWC and thanks to LPC. Both the fact that the whole university part of my life, but also getting into those different institutions. I don't think that would in any way have happened without UWC and the whole interest in the world and the understanding of the world. I think it's really shaped my future career. After finishing grad school, I went into humanitarian aid. I spent 2 years in Ukraine, where I worked with demining on the project side. So how do you remove explosive ordinances from civilian neighborhoods following a war? And I think that experience, of course, was a lot because there is a war going on, but I think it very nicely ties back to what we originally went to UWC to do, do what we could to make the world just a tiny bit better. So that, I think, obviously not completely, but I do think it was a tap back into those UWC values. And then now, as I mentioned earlier, I work with the Foreign Ministry in Copenhagen first, and we'll be doing rotations in and out of Copenhagen every 4 years. And I think that interest, of course, is also, for me, it was a way to combine everything. I've been abroad for so many years that I wanted to go home and reconnect with my family and my country, but I also wanted to keep a foot out in the world and connected to the world. And I think this balance of spending 4 years at home and then 4 years out, moving forth and back, I think that's going to give me the perfect mix of international, but also a bit more rootedness in my home country. So my recommendation would be, and I know this is going to sound annoying, but it would be not to stress too much about the IB. Of course, do your homework, but it was more to say things will work out. And the difference between not everyone needs to get a 45 and you'll be just fine if you don't. So of course do your work, but really what I remember about LPC was not the subjects that I studied and the things that I learned or the college that I got into. It was really the community and the people I connected with. And it's so unique that you are a place with so many people from the entire world that matches you so well. And I think the older you get, it gets harder and harder to connect with people. So I think really enjoy it now, because hopefully you'll find it again, but most likely this is going to be one of the last times where you'll have such a big open and interesting community. So spend time with people and you'll be fine.